I knew the moment she walked through the door that something had changed. Just a week ago, I was married to the love of my life. Or so I thought. We were still in the honeymoon phase when her parents, her ever-precious parents, insisted on a family trip. One last getaway before real adulthood. They had called it. I didn't like the idea, but I wasn't about to start my marriage by arguing over family. And now, here she was, standing in our living room, distant, cold. "We need to talk," she said. I set my whiskey down, the ice clinking softly against the glass. "Go ahead." She hesitated. "I think we should take a break." I exhaled slowly, fingers tapping against the armrest. A break? A week after our wedding. It would have hurt if I hadn't already seen it coming. Without a word, I reached into my desk drawer, pulled out a thick manila folder, and slid across the table toward her. "That's funny," I murmured, watching her closely, "because I just got some information about that family trip of yours." Her brows knitted together as she flipped it open, her eyes darting over the contents. Documents, receipts, photos, bank transfers, hotel bookings. 4-2, not a family trip. Just her and another man, a man I had already identified, a man who, based on my research, had been handpicked by her parents. Her fingers trembled as she turned the pages, the weight of the truth sinking in. Then she looked up right at them. Her eyes burned with fury. I had loved Claire, or at least the version of her I believed was real. We had spent 4 years together, built a life, trusted each other. But her parents? They had always been too involved, too controlling, too manipulative. They never thought I was good enough for her. I ignored the signs, the hushed conversations that stopped when I entered the room, the way her mother constantly spoke of better options, the uneasy feeling in my gut every time Claire reassured me. They just need time. I gave them time, and they used it to destroy me. When Claire left for that trip, I already had my suspicions. The way she hesitated before saying goodbye, the way her father wouldn't meet my eyes. So I started digging. I had resources, connections, a few well-placed calls, a few discreet inquiries, and I had everything I needed. The truth was worse than I imagined. Claire's parents had orchestrated everything. They had arranged for her to meet a wealthy businessman, someone they deemed worthy of her. They had spent months planting doubts in her mind, grooming her to see me as less than. That trip, it was a test, and she failed. They thought I was blind. They thought I would crumble. They were wrong. I didn't react right away. Emotion is a weapon best used sparingly. Instead, I set the stage. I gathered evidence, bank statements, private messages, even a damning voice recording of Claire's mother urging her to just give it a try with him. Then I arranged a dinner, a family gathering, under the pretense of discussing things calmly. But I made sure the right people would be there, people who mattered to them, business partners, friends, the kind of audience that wouldn't let this get swept under the rug. I let them believe they had won. Claire's fingers tightened around the folder. Her voice trembled. "What is this?" I leaned back, swirling my whiskey. "Evidence. Would you like me to summarize?" Her parents stiffened. Her father's jaw clenched. Her mother feigned ignorance. "This is ridiculous." "No," I said, my voice calm. "Lethal, what's ridiculous is arranging an affair for your daughter because you think her husband isn't good enough." Silence. Claire's breath hitched as she reached the last page. A legal document. Divorce papers. Her face crumbled. "You don't understand." I cut her off. "You made your choice the moment you walked into that hotel with him." Her father slammed his fist on the table. "You're making a mistake." I smiled, slow, deliberate. "Am I?" "Because I made sure this evidence reached a few of your key investors." I turned to Claire. "And as for your boyfriend, well, let's just say his wife wasn't too pleased to hear about this." Claire's mother gasped. "You ruined us." I stood, buttoning my suit jacket. "No, you ruined yourselves. I just made sure everyone saw it happen. By morning, it was over. Claire's parents lost everything. Investors pulled out. Deals collapsed. Their carefully crafted empire crumbled under the weight of scandal. As for Claire's so-called boyfriend, his wife took him for everything. And Claire? She tried to reach me, begged to talk, to explain. I never answered, because the thing about betrayal is that once the mask slips, you can never unsee the truth. And I had no interest in ever looking at a liar again. I walked away, leaving the wreckage behind me. No regret, no hesitation. Just the satisfaction of knowing they never saw it coming, and that they never would recover.